If you clicked on this video, my guess is that you want to make some money and achieve your financial goals in 2024. But you and I know that this is not the first time you had a plan to make money in a particular year, and yet the year ended but you failed to make that goal. And the reason is simple. Goals do not work, especially when it comes to making money. What works is systems. Like James Clear said in his book, The Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And this is how the rich American nurses are making all their money. In this video, I'm going to take you through a system that works, even though I'm not yet a millionaire. Hello and welcome to this video. If this is the first time watching this channel, my name is Manasseh and I make videos on productivity and personal finance for nurses. And I hope this video is going to be of value to you in one way or the other. Okay, so let's dive right into the video. But to derive the utmost value from this video, please take time, just about 15 to 20 minutes, and pick a piece of paper and a pen and walk with me through this video, because this is going to be of value to you and I'm going to carry you through this exercise, and I know it will transform your life. So this system is known as the CFF model. So for the purpose of this illustration, let's draw a big circle and let's divide the circle into three parts. Okay, so this is one. These three different parts of the circle represent the three areas of my life that I want to work in or I want to improve in 2024. Okay, the first part is communication. And under communication, I have three things I want to improve upon. Those three things, I'll divide it into three parts again. And each of these parts is going to be the three things. Now, the first thing I'm going to improve in this segment is to master what I call persuasive communication. Why do I want to master persuasive communication? Most people say nurses are caregivers, which I agree. But at the heart of it, nurses are salespeople. And one of the very vital skills of every salesperson is the ability to have wonderful communications. But why do I say this? For example, one time when I came to the US, one of the things I experienced was a patient missed his medication by about 20 minutes. And the patient was so furious, and he told me that if this is how I'm going to carry out my nursing, I'm not going to enjoy America. Well, I felt that was a bit too far, but I realized that putting myself in the patient's shoes, he was experiencing a discomfort and he wanted his medications. Now this became a challenge, but I had to go back and explain to the patient that this was what happened. I had a post-op patient and it took time for me to get the patient settled, which is why I missed the medication. After my explanation, the patient apologized and said that, well, he's sorry, he was just a bit in pain and so he couldn't control himself and he had to speak in that manner to me. So I realized that my ability to explain to the patient what caused the challenge made the patient become more calm, more relaxed, and we had a wonderful day. I mean, at the end of the day, the patient didn't even want me to go home. He was asking whether I could stay with him a little bit longer. And the reason was because I was able to communicate my message to the patient. And I realized that this is not just in nursing, in many other fields that have to do with relating with another person. The ability with which you are able to communicate your offer determines to a large extent the extent to which your offer is likely to be accepted. And so if I'm going to ask my manager to give me a more favorable shift, I need to be persuasive in my communication. And being persuasive is not a bad thing in itself. It's the ability to let people understand your point of view and give you exactly what you want. And this art of persuasive communication is very important. Whether I need to convince my wife that we need to move to a particular state or to pursue a particular idea which is going to be best for us and give us what we want and all of that, it's all about persuasive communication. And Dale Carnegie, in his book How to Win Friends and Influence People, spoke about the need for persuasive communication, your ability to be able to speak clearly and to present your case with respect so that people know that even when you have divergent opinions, you are able to buy the other person, the person on the other side, into your point of view. It is one thing that I personally know that I need to improve. Now, the next thing I'm going to work on is to improve my non-verbal communication. And maybe that would include things like being able to smile more and so on and so forth. Now, this is very important because I know that sometimes I get so serious and people call me Mr. Serious and all of that. And I realize it's not a very good thing. I mean, I'm a nurse and I take my work very seriously. And I understand why I take sometimes nurses like my kind or doctors are very serious with their job, which translates into the kind of life they have even outside of work, because a mistake can cost someone's life. And so you are very serious in order not to make mistakes and all of that, which is a good thing. And the fact is that as a human being, there are some things that you need people's feedback on. And in order to be able to have people easily approach you, you need to have a pleasing personality so that they can approach you. For example, I have a YouTube channel. I need people to watch my videos. I need people to subscribe. I need to be friendly and open so that people can be able to watch my videos, comment on my videos, relate with me as a person, so that when they watch my videos, they are not seeing a different personality as to the kind of person who is on the video versus the person they see in real life. So I just want to really improve this, because sometimes people say I'm so serious and they call me Mr. Serious and all of that, but I just want to have a more pleasing personality so that that I can win more people onto my site, win more friends and all of that. I mean, speaking of YouTube, my YouTube channel, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment under the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer your questions and all of that. And that takes me to the last point under the communication segment, which is to actively seek feedback. Now, this is very important to me. It's easy to have people tell you what you are doing wrong or what you are doing right, especially if you have a colleague who is interested or who is the kind of person who go out of their way to speak to you and all of that. But you need to go out of your way and ask people's opinion on what you are doing, especially the people who matter. I know that sometimes people's opinions can be a little distractive or can be a little worrying because it can be negative and all of that. But if you have a good person who is looking for your back or who is in a position to evaluate your work, it is good to go out of your way to ask to seek feedback. For example, when I first moved to the US, during the period of my on-the-job orientation, my preceptor got to know through our communications that I had a YouTube channel. And the following day when he came, he told me that I think that you should make more motivational content or content about productivity and all of that. I mean, I was blown away by this act, but he went and looked through my content and brought me this feedback. Quickly, I took it on, and within a short while, I got a new channel banner. So if you see the new channel banner, I mean, because he gave me feedback, I would have been stuck with that boring banner on my channel if I hadn't gotten this feedback. Maybe I would have changed it, but not so quickly. Okay, now I realize that it's also important that I ask my manager or I ask my wife or my family or my friends, what do you think of this? What do you make of my social skills? Do you think I'm going in the right trajectory? When you are trying to plan your life and improve yourself, feedback is key. The second thing to focus on for me in the year 2024 will be my faith or spirituality, as some people will call it, but I think it's the same thing really. That also, I have 3 things that I want to improve upon in 2024. And the first thing I want to improve under faith and spirituality in 2024 is to improve upon my prayer and my meditation. Okay, now prayer and meditation is such an important component of spirituality, faith and spirituality for me. I mean, if you're a nurse, you would have come across this name, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Now, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross is a psychologist who is very famous or very popular for her concept on the grieving process, and everyone who is a nurse is taught this concept in school. But she wrote a book called On Death and Dying, and in the book, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross stated that incorporating spirituality into healthcare is not just important for the patients, but it helps the healthcare provider get more understanding of their purpose and their humanity. Now, if Elizabeth Kubler-Ross has the understanding of spirituality and is going to speak and is recommending it for healthcare professionals, maybe nurses, doctors and all of that, then I think that it just goes in line to buttress the point that I've always wanted to make about faith and spirituality as a nurse, because I realized that when I am in my most spiritual states, I am able to take better care of patients because I see caring for patients as an act of sacrifice, which is very congruent with the Christian faith, which I belong to. For people like Muslims who do Salah or people like Buddhists who read any of the baskets in the Papitaka, what you realize is that it connects you to a power that is greater than yourself, which teaches you the need to care for people. Now, when I read these Bible verses and meditate on them, it charges my spirit man and gives me the conviction that I have the backing of a God who is stronger than myself, and I can lay my challenges at his feet. And I know this is me sounding spiritual and all of that, but it has a very big impact on my ability to work as a nurse and effectively deliver. And this year, it is one of those things that I want to take one notch higher. I'm not just going to end it or just going to keep it at that level. Because I realize that in the world of spirituality, you are either progressing or you are retrogressing. There's nothing about being stagnant or plateauing. You are either winning or you are losing. The next I'm going to improve under faith and spirituality in 2024 is I'm going to do more bodily exercises or physical exercises, whichever way you see it. And you'll be surprised that I put physical exercises like going to the gym under faith and spirituality. But my reason for doing this is simple. You see, I read somewhere that your body is God's gift to you, and the way you take care of your body is your gift to God. Now, if that maxim is anything to go by, then I want to give the utmost best gift to God. I mean, I have to be absolute about it and give the best gift I can back to God. And Tony Robbins said that motion breeds emotion. In other words, if you engage in physical activity, it has the ability to reduce the likelihood that you suffer things like depression or other mental effects or other mental challenges as a result of your inactivity. It has even been shown scientifically with data to back it that when you engage in physical activity, you reduce your likelihood of developing diseases like dementia and other brain diseases. And so I'm going to commit about 1 hour 3 times a week to go into the gym in my community or sign up for one of those fancy gyms out there and putting this body in absolutely banging shape. The last thing I'm going to focus on in 2024 under the component of faith and spirituality is my relationships. And guys, I know that this is this is important to me because as a Christian, I believe that iron sharpens iron. I mean, Warren Buffett and all the rich people have said it, that you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And even as a Christian, I know that there are certain people I can associate myself with because of our basic disagreement in spiritual beliefs. And I also know that my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my wife, they are all spiritual things that are guided by spiritual principles, and I need to go by them. And so I'm going to focus more on spending more time with my friends, which is something that I need to improve upon, or having a more caring relationship with my parents and my spouse, being more supportive, being a good boy, a good son like I've always been to my mom, and I mean, she knows I love her and all of that, and so on and so forth. But it's one of the things I'm going to improve upon because I believe that my relationships to a very large extent will determine how well I do in life, and it's one of the things that I personally want to improve upon. Hello. So if you go to the back end of this channel, which tells us about the data behind the channel, you realize that 90% of you guys who watch the videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. Now I'm asking you for this huge favor that in the year 2024, while you're watching this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. That will be a huge favor you do to the channel and to myself personally, because your feedback is of immense value. It tells us the areas to focus more while doing the research to come up with the wonderful videos that you guys see on the channel. And I'm asking you this favor so that I'll be able to better serve you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like the videos, and I'll be sure to replicate this favor by going all out to do research to the ends of the earth and find valuable content that serves your very need. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and let's continue back to the video. Now the last thing I'm going to focus on to improve my life in 2024, guys, is finance. Finance is such an important component. So let's again divide finance into 3 different components. And the first now focus on finance is the acquisition of new skills. So I need to acquire new skills. And when I mean acquire new skills, it can be like going back to school to get the skills from a university, like a formal institution, and get skills like becoming a doctor of nursing practice and becoming a nursing practitioner, or for those who have the chance to go back to school and become a CRNA and join the pool of nurses earning $300,000 and above, and so on and so forth. Or learn a non-traditional skill like being a YouTuber, or learning video editing, or becoming a financial coach, any of those things. And the reason is simple. If you think about it, the highest income I earn right now is from my job as a nurse. The other way is going to hire a coach and submit myself to a teacher and pay them so that they're able to compress their years of experience into a brief period of time so that I'm able to learn from them. Because when you think about it, everything you want to achieve, someone already knows. And for example, if I want to be a YouTuber, there is no need going to waste time to do it for 10 years when I can get somebody who has done it to teach me. It's more about getting someone who has done it before to teach you how it is going to be done. And guys, speaking about this whole business of acquiring new skills, let me just ask a favor from you guys. You see, I'm really new to this whole YouTube business. I don't even know the kind of videos I really want to make, but I'm just trying to make videos for nurses, whether nurses in the US or in the UK, or internationally educated nurses. And I would like to speak to one of you or any of you who has time just to understand the kind of problems you have and how I can help, because I believe that anybody who has been in the career for nearly a decade has some nuggets that they can share with newcomers and all of that. And so I'll just put a calendar link down below for your time, just 15 minutes if you're able to book a call with me, just free for your time, and I'll be able to like understand the kind of problems you have so that I know the videos to make, and then you'll be able to help me along the journey of being a good YouTuber. Now the second thing I'm doing to improve my finances in 2024 is to increase my financial knowledge. And guys, this is so key as well, because you need to know, okay, increase my financial knowledge. It is that key and crucial, because a few months ago I spoke with a colleague of mine here in the US, and I asked her whether she was investing in her 401k and whether she has maximized it, and she said she doesn't really know what her 401k is about. So I was asking that, did you read the documents on your employment? Now, because the thing is that your 401k is a mandatory retirement investment account that employers are mandated by law to pay money into every month for you, and the point is that once you open a 401k account, your employers are mandated by law to match that amount that you are paying, and it goes a long way to help you once you get into your retirement. But my friend didn't even know, and so I didn't bother myself asking about things like Roth IRA and all of that. But when I started reading about what was happening in the US and how to secure your retirement and how to improve yourself financially and all of that, one of the things I realized was the need to open like a Roth IRA account. And so I just went to Fidelity and opened a Roth IRA account for myself, because it gets to a point when you want to buy a house in the US, you are allowed to take up to about $10,000 from your Roth IRA account as a down payment for a home without tax, and that is a good thing. But if you don't have a Roth IRA account, you miss such a wonderful opportunity. So the point is that if I didn't read and I didn't have this knowledge, I wouldn't be able to make all these savings. And so one of the things I really plan to do in 2024 is to spend some time understanding financial principles, learn how to invest in things like the index fund or the S&P 500, finding a way to invest in stocks and shares. And if you're in the UK, you can have a stocks and shares ISA account, which helps you buy a home as well in the UK. But if you don't take a time to understand all these things, 50 or 60 is going to come soon, trust me. And that time is going to come and you have very little to no understanding of all of these principles, which is going to affect you in a huge way. And I've known too many nurses who get to work past 60 into their 70s, and the reason is because their active working years was spent working and spending. It wasn't spent working and investing. And interestingly, a lot of young nurses are catching up with this trend and they are investing massively. And so it's one thing I'm going to really focus on. And I think in the year 2024, a lot more videos like that will also come up on the channel, because I realize a lot of people want me to make such videos as well. Now, the very last thing that I'm going to focus on under my finance is to start a side hustle or business. I can even bet that this is on the list of a lot of people who also want to improve the same in 2024. Now, if you think about it, a lot of nurses in the US have tried to start businesses, scale up, and make a lot of money. And the reason is simple. You cannot become a millionaire simply by doing your 9-to-5 job. You need to start a business and make your millions. And I read an article on LinkedIn about a platform which was hosting healthcare businesses. And the founder stated on LinkedIn that there were over 50 nurse-led businesses, which are multi-millions, that are being run by nurses, and it was all businesses that these nurses started within their free time. The good thing is that in the US, you are allowed to work 3 days a week and you have 4 days off, and within these 4 days you can start many businesses. I know a nurse like this nurse who has invested in opening an NCLEX Q bank, a business that teaches people how to write and take the NCLEX. And if you go to her sales page on Etsy, she's made over $2 million. There's another nurse who has made well over $11 million teaching NCLEX prep materials. And these are the mind-blowing and amazing businesses. I mean, I don't have a business, but the thing is that you need to start something. No matter how small it is, you can start an online business, you can start selling things on Etsy, you can have an IV hydration business. There are nurses who have IV hydration businesses and go to people's homes and give them IV infusions and all of that. You can start an adult family home here in the US. You can start a skilled nursing facility. All you need is the license, and so on and so forth. Like, guys, there is never a better time to make money for nurses. But this is a system that is going to help you. The CFF model, that is mine. Great communication, faith, and finance. But I know that you also have things that you can focus on that is going to help you. Now, if you have watched the video up to this point, I know that you are already one step ahead of a lot of people, because you are able to see things to the end. And so if you start a business or if you start a project in 2024, I believe that you are able to carry it on to the end. Most people seek instant gratification, and so they set a goal that does not work. But the point is that these lofty goals, or these goals, no matter how they are going to come crashing down if you do not have a very robust system that supports the realization of those goals. So hopefully you took the time to write these steps down and give yourself a time frame. I mean, the next 12 months, which is 2024, you're going to work on them. At the end of the year, I'm going to come back and have a chit chat with a lot of you guys about how this process has helped you. And I'm also going to talk about how it has helped me grow my channel to exponential levels, hopefully by December 2024. And I hope this video has been a blessing to you. I hope you enjoyed or you've attained so much value from this video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. I just want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the newsletter. It's called Standard Dose, and join thousands of readers. And a lot of these things I've already sent them out to the people on my newsletter. So please join it. I know it's going to be of value to you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please click this video up here to find out why nurses in the US are broke. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.